What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the NYJF pod. Fireman Ed, Rob Carpenter, Jay Coppell back in the house as always. Football's finally here, and thank God, because baseball in this town is a joke right now. The Jets reported to camp yesterday. All rookies are signed. First practice was today. How good does it feel to be officially back? Ed, I'll kick it off with you, man.
Let's go. Let's go. Listen, I was on a golf course today, and I'm looking at my feed, and I see Aaron Rodgers under center. You know what I got? I got goosebumps. And then you know what I did? I went up to the tee box, and I rocked that ball down the center of the golf course. Right down the center, baby. 300 yard. Bang! That's what. Welcome, Aaron Rodgers. Let's go.
It's amazing. The first clip I see is Aaron Rodgers to Garrett Wilson. And
we've seen that a lot.
I just said that to Ed. Going to see that all camp. Pretty much going to hear that every day, every day. So that's going to be the theme, and it's looking pretty good already.
Man, it's so nice to kick a training camp off where there's no bullshit. There's no quarterback battle where who's going to win the training camp battle. There's no Geno Smith punches. There's no nothing. There's no holdouts. The rookies are signed. The team's ready to go. Fuck, it's a breath of fresh air. It feels so good.
And we got a little surprise yesterday with the leaked potential 80s logo or the uniforms, the throwback. So what are your thoughts on that if the Jets are breaking those out this year?
I love it. I find it kind of funny that, once it got leaked, everybody started going crazy, and then you got an intern about to get fired just for the fact that everybody's going to find out anyway. You know what I mean? So
got deleted his social media.
Yeah, just took it off.
It's
wipe him off the map.
Feel bad for the kid.
Sign of the times, man. But we were going to find out anyway that it was going to come through. But I'm pretty sure I like it. I'm pretty sure everybody else does as well.
They fired the kid. They fired the kid.
He deleted his social media. I don't know if he got fired or just reprimanded or what.
That's ridiculous.
I don't know if anybody's heard of him yet.
In this day and age, you can forget about that. Anyway, that's going to be exciting, man. I love it. They're putting the white face masks. I love it. Love it, man. That's you know what? Here's what this is. Woody Johnson and that organization now has the pulse of the fans. All right. We've been talking about this a lot. Listen, you got to give credit now. All right. We do enough bullshitting and saying, oh, this and that, and they don't do this and they don't do that. Well, when they do it, step up and say, hey, you know what? Great job, man. It's going to be phenomenal. And I just want to know when they're gonna open them up with them. That's what I want to say. I would think New England. Probably going to do it against New England.
Do it Buffalo. Do it 9/11 Buffalo.
That'd be great.
I had this vision in my head. Right when I saw that, I had this vision in my head of the Kelly Green number 42 Bruce Harper jersey, the one that became so iconic with Fireman Ed. Get that jersey on you, Ed, and let's get the season cranking right. That's
not gonna do it.
On 9/11, I'm wearing my FDNY jersey, bro. So
okay,
they're not gonna do it.
That's why I don't want them. I don't want them doing it that night. But because I'm wearing the FDNY jersey, that's just tradition. That's never gonna.
Hopefully, it's more than one game too. But let's get the whites away, the greens at home.
Yes.
Make it more than one.
Let's do it.
I mean, just think about it. Let them play Miami on Black Friday with those jerseys on.
That's a good idea.
That's the one. You're right, Rob. That's the one because in my head, when I think of those jerseys, the one game that comes to mind when I think of those jerseys, that Monday night shootout, 51-45 with Wesley Walker and Ken O'Brien. Like, let's play the Dolphins. Let them rock their throwbacks too. Like, those because they brought those back, right? Like a couple of years ago or something, I think. And that'd be a fun thing to watch. I would love to see that. That'd be a throwback to my childhood. Can we get Giant Stadium back? Can we get a throwback Giant Stadium game? That'd be fun too. Like that.
The old seats back too?
Yeah.
Just take the name off. I'm good.
So before we get to all camp news from today, we had some news yesterday. Denzel Mims traded with a 7th round pick for a conditional 6th rounder in 2025. Disappointing that another 2nd rounder doesn't work out. Seems like he never really meshed with Saleh, but the writing was on the wall. He wasn't going to crack the top 5 anyway. Rob, I'm curious from you. Do you feel like the Jets did the player wrong here by waiting until the night before training camp, or do you think they did him a favor by actually allowing him to catch on with the team and not go through camp and then get cut at the end?
Well, guys know I spoke about this last week when I said
as first reported by Rock. Kev, hold on one second.
Kev,
can you drop? It's in the video thing. I need you to play our boy, saying Rob Carpenter knows, man. We give it to us, man. It's sitting there.
Man out.
That moment. Tee it up. Usually,
Rob Carpenter knows.
There it is. Usually, I'd be on top of that, but I couldn't get my admin access today, so Kevin's running shop on the clip.
You being on it.
It's good for him though, because camps are just starting. Just started first, of course, because they got to play in the Hall of Fame game. But it's good for him. It's going to give him a chance to actually get to a club, grab the playbook real quick before all the team shows up, and he can learn some things real quick, man, and just jump in. And hopefully he can learn the offense fast enough where he can pick up where everything and get a chance to play. That's I said last week he needed a fresh start. I actually said it last year he needed a fresh start. So because it wasn't going to be here, even with Randall Cobb starting on the PUP list, still was going to pretty much have him the odd man out. So it's good for him that they actually give him a chance to actually get a fresh start somewhere else. And hopefully he can catch on with Detroit.
I got a fresh take on this one. So as you guys know, I'm the world's biggest Denzel Mims card collector, and I have every big time rookie card of his. I'm going to the National Sports Collectors Convention next week in Chicago from Tuesday to Saturday. Tons of people are going to be there signing, but it has a relative close proximity to Detroit. So any of you Lions fans out there, you Detroit fans who are going to be at the National Sports Card Convention out there, please come by my table. I'll make you a deal. We'll get you set up with some nice Denzel Mims cards because I want to get rid of those goddamn things and get them out of my house. I did pick this up. I'm excited about this. This is my Darrelle Revis red rookie, one of his rarest rookie cards. It's going to get signed up. It's going to get a HOF 23 inscription on it, and then I'm going to get it slabbed up with PSA. So I'm excited about that. But I do need to get a couple bucks on my Denzel Mims card. So all you Detroit fans out there,
hey, I wish Denzel Mims the best, man.
Yeah.
Listen, he did the right thing. He never said nothing. He tried to do the right thing. He just wanted to play, and it just didn't work out for him. So I have more respect for Denzel than I did for Elijah Moore. So they're not the same player, but I have more respect for Denzel. So I'm good. I hope he has success. I
mean, Denzel could get a chance to play with a pretty good quarterback. That's a decent young team. They were coming on strong last year. So, if he can catch on, he's on a decent team and he's got a quarterback that actually can get him the ball. So, I know not everybody's high on Jared Goff, but Jared Goff actually played pretty good last year. So, he's been around the league, and that's a pretty good offense to actually be in.
Hell yeah. And they got that, they got that running back. What's his name? Jameer. That's a good team, man. That team, it's a good offensive team at least. Yeah. And he's got an opportunity there. I think anytime you get a little change of scenery, maybe it triggers, we said it last week. I mean, he has all the talent. He's got the size. He's got the speed. Only thing he didn't really have was he had all the shit going on with health issues, and then
you catch on with the playbook. The playbook was a little too hard for him, I think.
Yeah, well, but
that
maybe
was his issue in the beginning.
Yeah, maybe it simplifies for him out there, and maybe he just goes out and balls out. I mean, he's got the skills. I wish him the best too. I like Denzel Mims. He did request a trade at one point, and which was a little frustrating, but at the same time, I mean, end of the day, look, he wants to just, like Ed said, he just wanted to get some playing time. He wanted to prove what he could do. So let's see it. He's if it doesn't work out in Detroit, then you can pretty much figure that his next stop will probably be like in the XFL or something like that. So I'm wishing him the best.
So getting to another 2020 draft pick, Mekhi Becton looks like he's in friggin' phenomenal shape. Still not fully back in all team drills apparently, but he did take some reps at left tackle today. He was with the twos. Dwayne Brown, he was out for personal reasons. They had Billy Turner working with the ones at left tackle. I assume it was Max Mitchell at right tackle. I don't think I saw that. But what are your thoughts on Becton actually getting a shot to potentially win the left tackle job? I assumed that if Dwayne Brown was healthy, he was going to be the guy. He's never played right tackle before, but it seems like they might be entertaining Becton possibly playing left tackle.
Well, Salah said today on his press conference that he's got them all flipping. He had Max Mitchell over there at left tackle and right tackle, and he had Billy Turner. He's flopping them all. So, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with Dwayne Brown. I mean, I think when it's all said and done, Makai's going to probably be on the right side. Although Rich Cimini said yesterday on one of his tweets that he thinks Makai's getting traded.
Yeah, Rich Cimini, man. I mean, I
don't think that's going to happen, man.
What is to be gained by that? I can't, like, when he put that tweet out, like, the question is, what's his trade value right now? It can't be very high. So you might as well keep him. He's not making that much money. His upside is tremendous if he can stay healthy. What is the point of trading a guy that can play left or right tackle that can play at a very high level, who doesn't make that much money, who you might get a 5th round pick for or something like that? It makes no sense. I understand the coaching staff might be down on him because of the comments that he had earlier on in the offseason. Like, that wasn't smart. I wish that, like, he didn't do that.
Well, maybe that's where Cimini's going. What if he wants out because he's not getting that opportunity to be the left tackle? Then what do you do?
You'll hear that though. You'll hear that though. He'll say it. His agent will say it. Somebody will say it that he actually wants out. But at this point, he's not there. He's not at that point where he say he wants out because he's getting a shot to play left tackle. That's where he wants to play. So he's going to get that shot. And he's coming in fairly healthy. The comments that I've seen from the coaches were that he's in great shape. He's down 40 pounds or whatever it was.
340.
From like down
50.
to 340, down 50 pounds, down to 340. So they've all basically been saying positive things about the way he's worked out, the shape that he's in, the way he's coming into camp. Yeah, those comments that he made, I'm pretty sure they weren't too high on his comments, but that was a couple of months ago, and at this point they're like, look, camp is starting right now. Camp didn't start back then. So I really don't think they're gonna put too much weight on what he said a couple of months ago, especially if he comes in now and he's just playing. If he comes in and everybody does what they're supposed to be doing right now, he comes in and puts in the work early in camp. No comments made. I can't see them trading him at this point right now because, like you just said, Jay, he doesn't really have any trade value because he hasn't played. So the only thing that is there is all upside for him. And why wouldn't you want that on your team, especially over the last couple of years with all the injuries they've had? Why would you want to keep a guy like that, especially a young guy like that, when Dwayne Brown is pretty much, don't get me wrong, Dwayne Brown can play, but he's pretty much on the way out. He's not on the way in to a career.
That's exactly my point, Rob, because, like, the crazy thing to me is these guys, like, the offense, you can never have, Ed always says this for years. We've been doing this pod since 2016. You can never have enough offensive linemen. There's no such thing because there's not enough good ones out there. So, like Rob said, the second people start getting hurt, you start bringing up guys who are like stocking shelves at Target, and then your team falls apart. And so I would much rather, before I would trade in a season that you consider yourself a Super Bowl contender, where you have Aaron Rodgers and on a short window to win it all, I'm not trading anybody that can provide value for a 5th, 6th, 7th round pick or something like that. Denzel Mims is one thing, but you're a guy that could be potentially a Pro Bowl starting left tackle if he's healthy. He showed you that his rookie year. If he can stay on the field, he's good. That's a big if because he hasn't been able to stay on the field. But I'm not trading guy because of some comments. I'm not trading guy even if he tries to force his way out because he's too valuable. The offensive line is too valuable of a position. You can't replace that guy potentially with whatever you would get for him, unless you were trading him for proven offensive line depth. I don't know who would make that trade.
I was just going to say that, Jay. The only way they actually trade him is they were trading him for, it was going to be a swap of offensive linemen. You know what I'm saying?
That could happen.
A pick right now is not going to help you.
That could happen.
A 4th or 5th round pick right now is not going to help you. You know what I'm saying? That's a future pick.
No.
So unless they're going to trade him right now for a pick swap of the same position, I can't see that happening because there's just too many injuries across the offensive line. You see it all the time across the offensive lines around the league, and especially with this team. So, I don't see that happening.
The dude's motivated. Like, he put in that effort in the offseason, got himself in a great shape. Like, he knows that it's a make or break year. Like, it's not a make or break
year.
it's not a make or break year for Jermaine Johnson like we were talking about last week, but it is a make or break season for Mekhi Becton. If he wants to get paid, if he wants to make real money as a professional football player and earn that second contract, he puts up a big year this year. He's going to get rich. Yeah. You know, it's a difference of so I like a guy that's in a walk year like that who's motivated to put up a big year, especially when your window is short to win it all. So
Listen, just stop talking and go win the job. Yeah. Stop talking. He's the one talking. Nobody else is talking. He's talking. He's doing all the talking.
You're exactly right.
All the talking. Nobody's saying anything. You haven't played in 2 years. Shut up and go play. Right. Go play.
He's been like that forever.
I don't have a problem with it, but you can't be talking when you are in the you're in the cold tub. Mm-hmm. Well, you're in the cold tub. What are you talking about? Sal is telling him, go win the job.
Yeah.
Shut up. That's basically, remember, when guys talk, Rob, I don't know, you were on the locker room. I'm just going from, life. When guys talk shit, nobody wants to hear it, man.
Now we're not doing anything.
You know what I mean? Like,
now you're not playing.
Well, you're not playing. So, we potential. We seen him in his first year. Yeah, he was very good this first year. And I'm a Mekhi. Listen, let's get some straight. I'm a Mekhi Becton fan. I want him to have a great year. I don't want him to be traded. I want him to win the tackle position. But I also don't like when I hear guys talking shit. Don't talk shit. You haven't played in 2 years. Just shut up. And you're doing all the right things. You lost 50 pounds. You're putting the work in. But now you got to go play. You're out of the tub. Let's go. Now you got to go play. So I'm not going to sit here and listen to that. Oh, he's great. No, go play and let's see it happen.
Sooner or later, somebody's going to get to him and be like, Mekhi, listen, just stop talking to the media. Somebody's going to say it. Just stop talking to the media.
Stop. Hard Knocks is going to be on him because they know he's a quote waiting to happen. Just watch.
The cameras are going to be around. The microphones are going to be around. They're just going to say, Mekhi, just stop talking and just go play. That's it. They're going to be asking you for a quote, and sooner or later, they're going to try and goad you into saying something that probably shouldn't be saying. So the less you say, the better. Somebody's going to get to him. One of the vets is going to get to him and say, just the less you say is the better off you're going to be.
And Rob, does offensive linemen ever talk? They never talk.
No, not really, because honestly, that's one of the positions where that doesn't get the glory. You know what I mean? So the microphones and cameras don't want to be around the old linemen. Unless you're talking about Kelsey from Philadelphia, but I mean, those guys are few and far between where you're going to make statements and be out there in front of the camera and stuff like that. But for the most part, you get media guys are around bringing their cameras and bringing their mics. They want the guys who are making the plays. They don't want the guys in the trenches. So it's hardly ever where you see old lineman making comments about anything.
But Kelsey made his way. He's done it. He won a world championship. He's done it. He's their leader. We want Mekhi to be excellent. We do. But at the same token, I'm just telling you as a fan, I don't want to hear him. I don't want to hear him tell me all this. That bothers me. I'm like, you haven't played in 2 years. Just shut up. Just come in and play and dominate. And you know what? You'll get everything that's coming to you. That's the bottom line.
CJ Mosley was in that spot. I mean, he's much more proven, obviously, than Mekhi Becton, but he was out for a couple of years, came back, balled out, and got the respect he deserves.
So he was already that Pro Bowl type, though, Jay. He was.
I know.
Sat out and then came back and went right back into basically the same spot that he was in. So, he just picked up right where he left off. But Mekhi or any young old lineman, man, unless it's a big time guy, Trent Williams, Kelsey, or somebody like that, man. The cameras and the microphones don't really want to hear these guys, and most fans don't want to either. So, like you just said, Ed, the better you play, the more you can say.
Where's Tommy? Get Tommy on.
Before we move on from this topic, since we were on the topic of Mekhi Becton and his losing 50 pounds, I have to give a shout out real quick, completely off topic of the team. Kev, have you been seeing pictures of our boy and Ed and Rob of our boy Robbie Jersey? It's so inspirational to me to see what he looks like nowadays, man. Robbie Jersey's
a different person, man. Wild.
He's down over 200 pounds now. He looks.
God bless him.
It's unbelievable, man. And so, man, I remember, when he started, him and I were having both having some medical issues at the same time in like 2018, and he really started his transformation kind of back then and hitting the gym and biking and doing all this stuff. But that man, to be able to wake up every day, hit the gym and keep yourself motivated and just watch that weight melt away, man. And how great he looks nowadays. I'm so proud of him, man. I just want to give him a shout out.
Looks like a totally different person, man.
God bless.
Just going back to Mims for a second, and Rob, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this from Jay Long. Who's going to be the guy to run the fly routes now without Mims? I'm like, you got Hardman, you got Lazard, you got Corey Davis. I don't know if Mims was ever going to be that guy.
Not with this group. That's what I said. The moment they signed Mecole Hardman, I basically said Denzel Mims was out. Then you add in Lazard, you add in Cobb. He had no chance. I mean, really, he had no chance. But as far as fly routes, Mecole Hardman runs 4.2, man. And you get the ball in that guy's hands. Either way, you get the ball in his hands on a quick screen or, just lay it out to him all over the top. That's the guy. I mean, and don't get me wrong, because Corey Davis can fly down the field. Garrett Wilson can fly down the field. He's used to throwing the ball down to Lazard down the field. So there's going to be guys that are going to run in these go routes. And there's going to be a few times during the season where we'll get a few off some defensive guys jumping off sides and Aaron Rodgers just throwing it up and letting the guys run under it. He's done that for years. So, and he's a master at the hard count, getting guys to jump off sides, and that's going to be part of the offense. As soon as somebody jumps off, go. And whoever's on the field is going to be that guy, and he's just going to let it go to him. Because you already got the 5 yards, so you're going to take a shot down the field, and it could be a big play. And we're probably going to see that quite a few times this year. But I mean, there's a few guys, man, that can get down the sidelines, and Mecole Hardman is the top of the heap right there. I just watched a few of his clips earlier today, man. I'm like, this guy there's defensive guys that had 5-yard angles on him, and he broke the angle in just a few steps. So that dude got some wheels, man.
How come you think he never really broke out, to his potential with the Chiefs, with Mahomes and that Reed offense?
Tyreek Hill had a bunch of those guys there.
Even last year, Tyreek Hill wasn't there last year. I know he was injured.
It was Hill and Kelsey. So most of the balls when those two guys are there, I mean, Mahomes always looked to Hill and Kelsey. So you weren't going to catch a lot of balls in that offense with Hill and Kelsey there. And even with Tyreek Hill gone last year, Kelsey still caught a lot of balls. So and then you got to spread it around because remember Juju was there. So but they got him the ball in space at times. But it was just at last year, it just got to the point where Mahomes got to spread the ball around instead of just looking strictly for Hill or Kelsey.
Hardman made plays.
He's a guy, man. He made his plays. Don't get me wrong.
Plenty of plays. He got hurt he got dinged up during the year at some point. But
he's also a return guy. So he's returned some punts and some kickoffs and touchdowns as well. So he's big in that department as well. So it's not just on offense.
I miss Robbie Anderson. Can we get a little campaign going and bring our boy Robbie Anderson back? He was good for a couple, 50, 60-yard touchdowns a season.
That's all he did. The go route.
Clemons showing up with the wire bat.
Yeah,
that's the best. The best. He is. Listen, you talk about personalities. That guy,
perfect for Hard Knocks.
Yeah, listen, he's embracing it. He loves it, And there's another guy, man. Listen, there ain't enough reps to go around for that defensive line when you look at it. I mean, I was thinking about it last night, and I was just going, all the different personalities on there. There's a lot of good players. They're literally 9 or 10 deep. Because they're going to rely on these two kids from Seattle. Right. I mean, they didn't get these guys from Seattle to cut them. I mean, I see Solomon Thomas. I don't see him making it. I just don't see it. I mean, it's too many good guys. They got a lot of good players.
And then they said Clemons is up to 290 now, so he's mostly going to be playing inside. JFM's probably going to be playing inside now with McDonald. So
well, you got 5 guys inside right now. You got 5 guys. You got JFM, Clemons, right?
Yep.
You got the 2 kids from Seattle,
and
Jefferson and Al Woods, and obviously Quinnen. I mean, so
I love Al Woods.
I mean, I know they like Denzel Smart, right? They like him.
Yeah, he's been impressive.
There's not enough. And on the outside, you're loaded on the outside. Loaded on the outside.
Ray Johnson only played 20% of the plays last year. So, first round draft choice only played 20% of the plays, not because he wasn't good enough to play. It's just that there wasn't enough plays to go around. When he was healthy, he played 20% of the plays and made plays. So, you add McDonald to that bunch, man, these guys are going to be flying around all over the place.
Hey, shout out to Southern Cali.
Kev, is Tommy in the show?
Alex in Southern Cal. Alex, let's go.
Tommy in the waiting room?
Where's Tommy? Where's Tommy?
He keeps telling me he's in here. We got a special guest coming in, but he tells me he's not here. Tommy, where you at, buddy? Shoot me a text if you can hear me.
If you want to fill some time until Tommy's ready, I got some Aaron Rodgers quotes if you want.
Please.
I don't know if you guys heard his press conference today. I mean, that was just a masterpiece. When he was talking about patience, he was like, he's grown a lot over the years. Perspective changes with age. He says he's less triggered thanks to the plant-based medicine that he started taking. But I loved his emphasis on how important it is to be patient and not allow these mistakes to be repeated. He went on and on about that. It's understandable that young guys are going to make some mistakes, but once you allow it to become a habit, then that's where it becomes a problem. He's got no tolerance for bullshit, man. He's going to teach these young guys how to do it the right way. So,
and that's the blessing of having him in the meeting rooms with all these young guys, because it's not just the coaches that can point out things, or on the film, or just kind of speaking as white noise. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, every football season it happens. Your coaches start talking and saying things over and over and over again. It kind of becomes white noise, so you start to tune it out. But with Aaron Rodgers in the room and him making these points and knowing the fact that he's actually on the field and he's the one who's actually going to be getting you the ball, you listen. So whatever he says in the meeting rooms, whatever he says on the practice field, that's a great thing to have when you got a great veteran quarterback like that around a lot of young guys. So
Tommy says he's here. Tommy told me he's on. He's
not. He sent me a screenshot. He had to click enter studio. I'm giving him directions back here. No worries.
Tommy, where you at? Tommy!
Here we go.
You guys got to add me in. I said, you got to click enter studio first, brother. You got to get in.
Tommy, we're talking Aaron Rodgers.
There he is.
There we go. There's Tommy. What's up, Rob?
There's Tommy. Where you at, Tommy?
Relax. I'm just a herb. Trust me.
Wait a second. We got 4 out of 5 bald, beautiful men up in here right now. You got to see what's going on. We got the same barber. Kev's getting there. He's trying.
Looking fresh. I mean, it's going backwards pretty quick. So I'm 2 or 3 years away. But
Kev, let it go. Kev, let it go.
I wish I had my hat, so I don't have to look so bald.
No, you're looking good, man. I like it. I respect it.
There you go. I got to represent like Eddie.
Tommy, give me a little history of your Jet fandom, man. Let's talk to the people.
Basically, I've been a Jet fan since 1981. My first remembrance of Jet game is Richard Todd being picked off by Bill Simpson in the 81 wild card game. So that's what started it, right, for me. And then obviously, I've been a Jet season ticket holder all the 30 years. And, look, see this thing behind me? That thing right there, that's the playoff. That's the playoff tickets that we had, but we ain't seen a playoff game in 20 years, 23 years, I think. So
it's coming back, Tommy.
We gotta try and get back to that. Get back there,
That's it.
It's coming back.
This is the year, baby.
What do you guys think about this new? What do you think about that logo? So what about the throwbacks?
Yeah, we were talking about that. I was saying my favorite part about that is, or one of my favorite parts about that is Eddie. That's how I know Eddie. From growing up as a kid, is the Kelly Green number 42 Bruce Harper jersey. I mean, it changed, it evolved over time. Our logo is him with the the 90s and 2000s version of the jersey, and and now we have our new jerseys and everything. But that's, my childhood was, doing chants from Section 311 with my pops pointing down at Ed down there wearing his Bruce Harper 42 Kelly Green. So I'm into it.
Listen, I mean, there's nothing. Those uniforms are great. I didn't like when Kozler changed them and he went to the black face mask. Now, Rob, you played on the team in what year? 91, 92?
92, 93, 94.
Right. So you wore those uniforms, right? So because I know they changed the uniforms, and I think 89 was the last year that they had the white face masks, because that was Joe Walton's last year. Yeah. So I think the first year with Kozler is when they went to the black face masks.
Yeah, and then I think Rob's jerseys, your jerseys had the black trim around the white numbers, right?
Yep.
I love those jerseys so much.
The main thing is they gotta get rid of these new uniforms. They're horrible.
Terrible. Not only that, but they're synonymous with like the Adam Gase era, right? Like we got to get rid of them, man.
First of all, black uniforms are atrocious.
You don't like them? I think the black ones are the best of the three.
I'm an old school guy. I want to see the 90, the 68, 98 uniforms. I want to see the 82, 81 uniforms. I don't mind Rob's uniforms. I didn't like them. I don't like the black trim in it. That's not the jet color to me. But, these new uniforms are just atrocious. I mean, I don't even know.
I think the biggest reason to get rid of them is every player that unveiled them is gone already.
Yeah,
Leonard Williams, Darnold,
everybody that was in the world championship. We ain't worried about the jerseys. F the jerseys. Let's win a world championship, and we won't give a shit what jersey. They can put whatever jersey they want on. Just win the world championship. I'm not even going to think about the jersy. I want to win a world goddamn championship. Let's go.
I'm just taking it one game at a time, Eddie. I one game at a time, brother. Of course. I see these guys at the training camp. To me, that's like, I'm not even into that. I'm happy we got a quarterback, right? We look like we're on the right path. Obviously, if I put any in a quarterback, it would have been better than the play we had last year. So any play would be better than that junk. But, I'm just trying to take it one game at a time. And,
winning a championship is the ultimate deodorant. Winning a championship will make me love Woody Johnson. It'll make me love MetLife Stadium. It'll make me love, everything. The jerseys, I don't care about anything. Just win a championship.
This is all you need to know, Jay. I was 28 years old the last time the Jets had a home playoff game, okay? I was in my 20s. I'm now close to 50 years old. I'm not thinking about world championships. I'm just trying to get – can I just get a home playoff game, please, and listen, and then I'll take my chances. But I'm just trying to see, a home playoff game again.
I'm just trying to have a beer at a home playoff game. I was a teenager for the last one.
Yeah, last home playoff game, I was 23 and I had a full head of hair. Go figure. Well, not maybe about a half a head of hair, but I was definitely in my prime back then, man. That was 2002. I was 23 years old. It's crazy. I'm 43.
Listen,
I was 42 years old. 42 wearing number 42. I was 42 wearing number 42. Rocking the house. Rocking the house.
This is how crazy it is about those years. I had season tickets, and I used to sit in the last row in the old stadium, okay?
What section?
I sat in 336, okay? So my seats are 336. We had single seats. We couldn't get season tickets. So I sat in one row. My dad sat in another row. My son sat in my brother sat in another row. My son wasn't alive. I used to see Eddie out there, and I would see Eddie in the parking lot because we used to have a huge tailgate. But he didn't know me. I would see him, right? When I would be in those seats, I never could fathom the day that I would ever go to a Jet game bring my father, and I would be able to hang out with Eddie and talk Jets football with him. So that just tells you how long ago that stuff is, man. That's shit that you would just dream of when you were a kid. So
see, but you know what, Tommy? It's guys like you that keep me going, because when I sit and talk to you and I see the passion and love that you have, and when I see your father, and then I see the third generation with Danny, and I see how excited and fired up he is, this is what drives me. Your family is part of the dynamic of what I live for. I pray today that we can all raise the Lamar Hunt Trophy in our house, knowing we're going to the Super Bowl, because we deserve that. We deserve that first. We deserve that first. The Lamar Hunt Trophy, raise it in our house in unison, because we're all going to be crying. And then we're going to go and we're going to beat whoever the hell it is in that Super Bowl, because we're going to dominate, hopefully, Vegas this year. That's the mission has always been and will continue to be stack the wins, home field throughout the playoffs for the first time in our history, and the Jet fans will do the rest. The Jet fans will do the rest, because we're starving. We're thirsty. We've been waiting forever. Let's go.
Just think, Ed, Tommy, Jay, Kev, all those years and all these older Jets fans, and we got the throwback jerseys coming back. But all the newer Jets fans like the new jerseys and the new uniforms that are around. So you get to that point where you had talking about right now, you had that home playoff game, raising that Lamar Hunt Trophy. You get the best of both worlds in there. So, you got the new fans with all the new stuff and the new jerseys and all these young players on this team that they get to know. And you got the older fans who actually, with some of the players around that they were watching that are still going to be around. So those guys are going to be around in the stadium if that does happen. So you're going to get the best of both worlds when that happens, and hopefully it is this year.
And that's who I wanted for more than anybody. Like I still have memory. Like we all have memories of the home playoff games as long as they've been. But you've got people that are 25 years old that they were 5 years old when the Jets had a home playoff game. They don't remember that shit. Like that's who I wanted for, because I feel like that's why our home atmosphere is what it is. You've got a generation of fans that haven't had that experience of home playoff games and exciting games and big wins.
Fact. You know what's funny, Kev? You brought up the unveiling of the new jerseys and how none of those players are still around. I saw a tweet the other day of what Joe Douglas was able to flip all those guys for, though. It's pretty unbelievable.
I seen that too. It's funny. That was crazy, right? I seen that.
Right. I mean, he got like multiple firsts, multiple seconds, thirds, fourths. I mean, for guys that like aren't even Sam Darnold. You know what's crazy? I think Sam Darnold might actually have a shot to start in San Francisco and play well. That'll be interesting to see Sam Darnold and Geno Smith battling it out in the NFC West.
I don't think Sam's a starting quarterback in the NFL. I think he's a backup.
You don't have a shot in hell.
He's a backup.
No.
Not out there.
No, not out there.
Not out there.
If Brock Purdy's not ready, you think Trey Lance is beating him?
Yes.
Yeah,
they drafted him. They drafted him number 3?
No, Eddie, I agree. I don't think that they started. Eddie, you know what? I think Sam will start over Trey, but I don't think Sam's a starting quarterback in this league. I don't see how they would start Trey over Sam. I think they would start Sam.
I can tell you one reason why they would start Trey over Sam, for the fact that they made him a first-round draft choice last year.
Yeah, but I think they wanted to get rid. I think they want to get rid of him, Rob. I think they want to trade him.
I don't. The other reason is the fact that he was hurt, and now that he's back, and all I've heard from everybody that's been out there is the fact that he looks great, and his ankle's fine. He looks great. He picked up the offense. It's not just because you got to look at the part where he was actually playing last year. He wasn't playing that bad when he was playing. He just got hurt, and then Brock Purdy came along and just took the team off. I mean, he just took it over. So, with Sam going out there, he'll probably be part of the team. He's going to be a backup, but he's not going to be in front of Trey Lance. That's not going to happen. It'll be Purdy in the end when he's actually healthy, but Trey Lance is probably going to be the one to start this season until Brock Purdy actually comes back. But
if they're starting him, they're going to be in a lot of trouble because he sucks, Trey Lance. So if they're starting him, they got big problems, brother.
He did as a rookie. He got his plays as a rookie, but that's a rookie. And with that coaching staff out there, I trust that coaching staff, and they put Trey Lance up there already. So
that coaching staff turns guys that are complete scrubs into like serviceable good quarterbacks.
Yeah,
Shanahan took I forget what that guy's name was, but he was like a 4th string quarterback, and he had to start on like Monday Night Football and threw for like 300 yards. It was unbelievable. He does magic. That guy.
There's no doubt they got a very, very good coaching staff there. Yeah. But I'm curious to know what Trey Lance's stats were last year.
Oh, he didn't play.
He didn't play at all?
Yeah, he did. He played.
Did he play a little bit?
Yeah, he got hurt. Broke his ankle.
Played early. Very early.
Very early.
Very early. He didn't play much. I'll be able to look that up.
797 yards, 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
How many games?
Doesn't say how many games. Here, let me click. Hold on.
Last year,
Actually, 5 touchdowns, 2 picks. I'm sorry. 5 touchdowns, 2 picks, 603 yards last year.
Yeah, probably in 2 or 3.
That was the year before.
Yeah, that was 2021, Kev. 2022, he threw for 194 yards, no touchdowns, 1 pick.
He must have got hurt in the first game.
Yeah, that was combined.
Broke his ankle.
He did. He got hurt early. It was early.
Yeah.
I don't remember his first, second, third game. It was early because that kid came in and played most of the year.
Yeah, it was 2 games started both years.
Great Lance.
Now you might be right, Rob. You know that he only played 2 games. You might be, Rob. You know that I have to say maybe you're going right in that. They'll probably start him. Yeah.
He broke his ankle. I think it was in the first quarter of the second game. It was early, real early, and he was out. But from going from first year to second year, he didn't play that much in his rookie year, but he made plays. So they were expecting him to actually take that leap. He didn't get the chance because he got hurt.
Well, let's talk Jet football. I don't give a shit about the Niners. Hell with the Niners and Sam Darnold and the rest of them. I want to talk about the Jets. Let's go.
Let me ask you a question. Where do you think this kid Rodgers stands?
I think he's gonna have. I think they're gonna give him every opportunity to start. I do. He's gonna have every opportunity. It would not surprise me if Osama's not on the team. If they you're only going. They're gonna go with 3 tight ends.
That's a stretch, Ed.
Yeah, I think
I don't see Rocket playing much.
Uzama, right? Like I can see Conklin getting cut more than Uzama, I think.
No.
I like Conklin.
Both of them are safe. Their contracts are pretty much guaranteed. They're not going to save much.
I shouldn't say he's going to go. I just don't know if he's going to play a lot. I don't know.
He's not going to play a lot. He's not going to play a lot. He's going to be the third string tight end. He's going to be the third tight end. But he's
Rodgers?
He's going to be the third tight end.
I agree.
Yep, CJ comes back. CJ's going to be the starter. Conklin's going to be that pass catching guy, and Rodgers is going to be in the mix as the third tight end. But don't get it twisted. There's going to be a lot of 3 tight end sets, and there's going to be other 2 tight end sets where he's in there, and one of the other guys is not. But he's just not going to be on the field, like you see him as a regular tight end. He's just going to be the third guy.
He's gonna get opportunities early on though, because now you got Uzama's on the PUP list, and I don't even think Conklin's fully practicing either. So he's gonna get some opportunities early on.
Conklin's out
there. They got their shot to shine. They're definitely going to get some reps, and him and Zach Kuntz. Who knows what you have in Zach Kuntz? He'll probably get practice squatted, I would imagine. Hopefully nobody snags him off our practice squad, but we'll see.
I think Ruck is gonna have a big part in that offense. I just do. That's my opinion. So we'll see. We'll find out. That's all part of the great mystery, which is a good thing. It's nice to have some depth. Yeah. Something we haven't had in years. You got a nice tight end room, and so I think that's yet to be determined. That's one of the positions that I believe we're going to see.
Lack of depth happens when your starters would be other teams' depth, right? That's what we had. Though we didn't have any.
What do you guys think about the running back position? Would you bring in Cook?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Did you see the numbers? Did you see the numbers they were passed around? He wants $8 million. The Jets are offering around $6 right now.
Yeah,
give him $8. What difference does it make? Give him $2 million. We're just get him.
Give him easy incentives. Give him easy incentives.
You move that up to 6.5 and put those incentives in there for $1.5 million.
Bingo. Rob knows.
I guarantee you he signs.
He wants to be here. You can tell. Otherwise, he would take the Dolphins' money right now. He's waiting for the Jets to up it. I can guarantee you that. And we don't need him
to win a world championship.
Yeah. Yep.
What? You want to go with Rodgers or you want to go with Tua? Which one do you want to go with?
Mike White. I guarantee you, I'm putting my name on right now that Mike White will start more games for the Dolphins this year than Tua. I'm bet you anybody here that wants to take that bet, I will bet you that.
That is the biggest mistake that we made by far.
Let Mike White walk?
Pulling him in, keeping Mike White, and letting this kid go. I know, obviously, it would have been a stretch because contract-wise, and you invested this draft pick. But can you imagine if you had Rodgers in the room and you had what? I think White could become a starting quarterback, even if he sat for another 2 years.
He's infinitely better than Zach Wilson.
He's got to change his weight that he delivers the ball. He
can't take so many hits.
Murdered. He gets murdered.
I thought they killed him in Buffalo that day.
Yeah.
I thought he was dead.
The Minnesota game too. He got smoked in minute. Jeez.
But you know what? Just think about this for a second. If Berrios catches that ball in Minnesota,
yes,
maybe the conversation we're having here is a much different conversation.
Yes,
team would have been in the playoffs. Jets would have been in the playoffs if Berrios held on to that ball.
One missed catch, right? One catch.
Why are we talking about this?
I can't do this.
Well,
positive, man. What are you doing, Tommy? You're bringing us down here. We can't do this right now.
Those last games with Detroit and Jacksonville, they were such winnable games.
Yeah.
And the team, I'm behind the bench. The team was so down on Zach Wilson, it was scary. Like, it was so evident. Just, when you're behind it, you really see the body language. And you go, what the fuck? See, you don't see that on TV. You see certain things, whatever they want to show. They're showing a complete team when I'm in the back. I'm looking at the linemen, the defensive linemen, the linebackers. I'm watching these guys, and they're like, what are we doing here?
Hey, listen, you can't bring me on the show no more when they win. You got to just bring me in on the losses so I can go crazy. Every downer. You can't bring me in on any fucking wing games.
Where's Tommy?
We got enough of that. Rob will tell you. When it's time to go to negative town, that's my job, man.
Listen. You know what?
Negative Jeff fans.
When you sat in the stands every week like I have over the last decade, it's okay, brother. I paid enough money to be negative.
Listen, I'm with you, Tommy. I was in 311 in the second to last row in the old stadium from the time I was 5 years old and missed maybe like 3 or 4 games in my entire adult life. Man, it's what we deal with. But we have the right to get a little irrational. It's sports. It's not real life. It's our sports life, and we fly off the handle a little bit sometimes. That's life.
I hate these people that take it so. You run into these people at the game. They're trying to fight with Eddie. They're trying to fight with other fans. Like, what are you doing, bro? We're here to have a good time, watch the game, enjoy it. I mean, what are you doing?
Those are the true haters, man. Those are the true haters. They really hate everything about what's going on the team.
As DJ Reese said, if you don't got haters, you ain't popping.
You ain't popping. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
You ain't popping. Well, we're going to be popping.
We will be popping this year. We're going to have so many haters.
Popping.
You know how fun it's going to be to record this podcast on Thursdays after we won a game, before we're about to whoop some more ass, and we're just going to be cocky, talking all that shit. Bring on Buffalo, bring on the Chiefs, bring on all these fucking teams, because it's going to be great, because we're going to fly out of the gates. We're going to kick Buffalo's ass in week 1 on September 11th. There's no chance we're losing. That's basically going to be a playoff game atmosphere. Like, we're going to fuck them up. Sure. Then we're going to go to Dallas, and we're gonna just ruin their home.
Anybody here going to Dallas?
Yeah, we all are. It's my bachelor party, Tommy. You got to go.
I'm a hotel booked. I got everything booked.
Still got to save up for it.
That's my bachelor party, Tommy. Kev, you're going. We're going to make sure you get there. Don't worry.
We got business to take care of first, Jay. We got to take care on 9/11.
Yep.
We got to take care of the big, bad Buffalo Bills Mafia.
And their overrated ass quarterback.
Can't wait. Let's go. Let's go. You had your shot 2 years. You dropped the ball. It's our time. Let's go. And get that Dolphin fan off there. Duke Tomlinson. Get him off. Get him off. Get him off. Get him off.
That's what happens when the team starts out pretty good. I guarantee you the first 6 games, the team starts out 4-2. Watch the narrative change with certain things around the team. So it's still going to be negative. It's still going to be, even though the Jets will be 4-2, they're still going to be talking about negative things. So say Aaron Rodgers only throws for 200 yards and 1 touchdown, and the team still wins. They're going to be talking about he's washed up. But he didn't have to do much.
This is nice. He won't be able to get it done in the playoffs, right? That's going to be tough.
It's going to be the goalposts are going to move every game the Jets win. So it's going to be something. They're going to be talking negative about something. Aaron Rodgers, Robert Saleh, Joe Douglas didn't do this. Something is going to change every single win the Jets come up with. Watch all the way to the playoffs.
You know what difference from the past few years, or even the last 10 years, if you really look at it. This is one of those years that we have a really rough schedule early on, right? But we have. I'm just going by if you look at teams from last season.
Yes.
We have a really, really favorable schedule that lasts 7-8 games.
Yes.
And you know what? If we can get to that, even if we're 5, I hate to say you're 5-4, they can win their last 8 out of 9. I mean, I think we're going 12-5. That's my prediction, right?
I agree with you on that. Kev, can you bring up that bottom comment? I got a
I
problem.
was just about to do that.
Hold on.
Got a Buffalo Bill fan.
You're going to tell me that there's a fucking Buffalo Bills fan watching 5 Jet fans talk about it.
Get off. Get off.
And you're in here talking about Josh Allen as our father. You're
let him be there. Let him be there.
Josh Allen as quarterback lost fucking Zach Wilson.
Let him talk.
Undercover hater. Undercover hater.
Zach Wilson beat him.
Undercover hater.
Zach Wilson beat him last year.
Zach Wilson beat him.
So let him be there. Let him be a fan of the podcast. We did. Let all the haters come on and listen and put in all their comments and talk all the shit. We got a lot of feed for the rest of the season, man. So
I think Bills fans are getting nervous. I think that's
Sam Darnold beat him with the scrub ass Jet team in Buffalo. I watched that.
Do you think that I would ever go listen to a podcast for the Bills, the Patriots, the Dolphins?
A lot of free time.
Why would I do that? I
fucking
don't
troll, bro.
I don't care what you have to say. I don't care what you have to say. We don't care. We're Jet fans. That's it. We love the Jets. End the story.
Also, we appreciate you watching. To be fair.
Listen, let him keep watching. Keep watching because it means a lot of people are watching. So
all the haters, all of them. Let them all come in.
You have a lead.
You're right. Bring them on. Come on.
If it's a one-score game and you're playing against Josh Allen, you might as well go live bet that fucking game because you know he's going to turn that ball over. That's what he does. That guy stinks. Most overrated quarterback in this league, and I'm fucking dying that hill. That guy sucks.
It's going to be a fumble. It's going to be some crazy-ass play on 4th down where you're losing 40 yards, something.
Ed really liked Josh Allen in college, too. You wanted to draft him. You were against all the Jets fans who were saying all that negative shit about Josh Allen coming out of college. You were like, nah,
I wanted to draft him, too.
I still like Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen's a real good quarterback. But you know what? The bottom line is our strength of our team, other than obviously the quarterback, number 8, is that defensive line. That defensive line is gotta put their will amongst all of these games. They gotta just inflict their will and just that's what's gotta happen. Because how you win in this league is you protect your quarterback and you get to the quarterback. That's the bottom line. Bottom line.
Why do you think Joe D drafted Jermaine Johnson? He made the play last year. Why do you think he drafted McDonald? He can make the plays against Josh Allen in this division. Those guys can get after him. They can get off the ball quick. They're big enough. They're fast enough to get to him, and even when he's on the run. So that's the Jet strength right there.
Hey, Jay, can I answer that? Jay, let me answer that question from the guy that just asked about the backup quarterback. Did you see that?
Yeah. I don't even want to think about the possibility.
Well, no, but he said, what happens? What's our backup QB plan? Here's the answer. We'll just end the season right away if he gets hurt.
We don't have
no more fucking games.
You saw what happened in 1998. We don't have a backup quarterback. We have fucking Zach Wilson. And
wait a minute, hold on. Here.
No,
you know what's crazy about 98?
No, Hackett is Hackett is high on the kid Boyle. He's high on that kid Boyle.
Oh,
he didn't bring him over. Listen to me. He did not bring him over here to sit him down. Don't you be thinking that Zach Wilson is your backup. That's not necessarily
I hope you're right, Eddie.
That story hasn't been written either.
Yeah, you go back.
Don't be saying that Boyle ain't gonna have any factor in here.
He's
because
right.
Rodgers has been with him.
You gotta keep
Hackett's been with him. So I don't know what you're talking about. Because Boyle has got some. We're gonna see in the preseason. You're gonna get plenty of Boyle.
I'm good with that, but what the hell is Zach Wilson doing here then? What are we doing to get him on the roster? I don't understand it. Trade him. Get whatever you can get off the roster.
Not right now. Why?
If it's true that Aaron Rodgers is basically committed to the Jets for 2 or 3 years, right? If that's true. Three. Okay, then what the fuck? We're not going to have Zach Wilson here past his rookie contract.
But that story hasn't been written either, Jay, we just got started. We had 1 day of training camp. We don't know what's going to
Sorry,
happen.
I can't stand Zach Wilson. I can't.
Well, I understand
like
that,
him.
but they're going to let's see what happens. But all I said to you was when the guy said about the backup plan. I'm just telling you that Boyle's going to be in the mix. I'm telling you.
Okay, so then Zach Wilson's going to be on the practice squad, or is Zach Wilson going to be not dressed on game days? Is that the plan? He's going to be.
We don't know yet. We don't know that yet. It's too early.
There's no.
Well, they'd have to cut him to get him on the practice squad.
There's no value for Zach Wilson right at this moment. He has no value. So there's going to be no team out
for the same reason I can't stand him. He has no value. He stinks.
There's going to be no team to trade him to at this moment. Like so
you're just in a catch-22.
Jay, even you would agree, though, right? Like the team kind of did him wrong. He made his own mistakes, but he never should have been out there to begin with, right? The same thing for Darnold, for Geno. Like these young quarterbacks never should have been playing in their rookie seasons.
Right.
He did each one of them dirty, I think, by playing.
Right, Kev.
If we're talking about Timmy Boyle or Zach Wilson, we are fucked. All right, because we are looking for a world championship. So just like the Buffalo Bills with Josh Allen, they're not talking about their backup quarterback in what's his name? It's Matt
Barkley.
Barkley. They're not talking. Listen, they know they're fucked if he comes in.
Well, if he comes in,
every team
not against us. Not against us. He's not fucking.
Championship with a
dropped 45 fucking points on us.
It's not happening.
He never did. He smoked us, Matt.
It's not happening.
Jay, you almost brought me to fall off my chair when you said this 98 thing. Like, how the fuck did Parcells go in the season without no fucking backup?
And then we had Rick Meyer. And then what happened is once Ray Lucas took over, then and he was competent. They actually won games. They won their last 7 games of the year. That team was stacked.
They were 4-8. They were 4-8. They won. I will tell you every Jets record any year you ask me, and I don't need no fucking computer. They were 4-8. They won their last 4 games with Rick. Now, with Ray Lucas.
Right.
They finished 6-2, I think, right? In the last 8.
Again?
They finished 6-2 in the last 8, right? With Lucas,
they were 1-6. Yes, they were, but he didn't start all those games.
That was 99. That was 99.
That was 99.
Yeah, 99.
Let me tell you something. If they would have got into the
That was
playoffs,
a disaster. Fucking, we were the favorite to win a world championship.
You know what? If we would have got into the playoffs that year,
New England with his Achilles, what a fucking nightmare! Please don't start your shit. I can't take it.
Went down a negative path pretty
Yo,
quick.
I know. This is what happens.
We won 8 games that year. Imagine if we would have had Vinny.
That was a
Gotta get Tommy out of here, man. This was supposed to be we were talking about how this was like a wonderful.
Where's Tommy? Where's Timmy? Timmy Boyle. Timmy, where you at, Timmy?
I'm out. That's it, fellas.
Tommy, we love you, man. We'll
Tommy,
catch
you're
up
a
with
good
you
man,
for sure.
brother.
Yeah.
You're a good man, bro.
Fellas,
Look forward to seeing you.
And one last thing, Rob. I hope these guys know what a good football player you was, brother.
Bro, I tell Rob all the time. I played with him in Tecmo. He was my ace in the hole. I was.
Oh man, you was Rob. Hey, no, but Rob, I got to see you firsthand, Rob, and I seen you, brother. God bless, brother. You're a great player, my friend.
Okay? I did what I could, Tommy.
You got it, fellas. Thank you for having me, gentlemen. Eddie, I love you, baby.
I love
Tommy,
you
we'll
too,
see you
Tommy.
in
Tommy,
Dallas, bro.
You going to
See you
Canton?
I am not, but I'll be in Dallas.
I'll see you in Dallas, and I'm expecting big things out of you at my bachelor party, Tommy. I'm expecting big things.
Listen, I'm sitting in the front row, and I'll be in the front row in Dallas. Just come hang out with me.
Sounds good.
Let's go, brother.
Call me if you guys need anything, fellas. Okay.
Thanks for hopping on, man.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Kev. Thanks, Eddie. See you later, Rob.
All right, Tommy.
All right,
Take care,
Tommy.
Jay.
What is going on here with the Bills fans coming in here all of a sudden? Josh Allen.
I don't mind it, man. They're nervous.
They don't have any mafia.
They're getting a little nervous.
I have never watched
Coaching,
a
they're
Bills
nervous.
podcast in my life. I've never watched a Patriots, a fucking Dolphins, Giants.
Do they have any Bills Mafia podcasts?
I don't know. They probably do. They got them.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't care.
I actually don't mind the Bill fans. I don't like Dolphin fans. I don't like Patriot fans. Bill fans are a lot like us. You know, they've experienced a lot of losing just like we have. So
welcome to.
I like all. Listen, I love all the fans if they act correctly.
Yeah,
I don't have any problem. Listen, they have the passion just like we do. I'm good with it. I'm great with it because I'll go back and forth and I love it. It's when they act like morons, then you don't want to deal with them. It's that simple.
Honestly, for the most part, man, Bills Mafia is pretty cool, man. I mean,
yeah,
they go hard. I ain't got no problem with Bills Mafia.
Nah, for sure. all respect to Bills Mafia. I've had a lot of fun
for a long time, that franchise.
Yeah.
Long time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they party too. Those maniacs, they're throwing each other through tables, getting all fucking rowdy.
All I'll say is that Bills Mafia came in kind of recent. That ain't something that's been long term. The Bills Mafia was never the Bills Mafia. How long are the Bills Mafia? What are they? 10 years? Maybe.
No, but they always have really good fans. I
know their fans are good. I'm asking you when the Bills Mafia actually
social media
set that up for sure.
Bills Mafia is what? I don't know if it's 10 years. Is it 10 years?
Got to be something like that.
Probably since Twitter became popular.
Yeah, most likely. They just weren't called Bills Mafia, but they started that Bills Mafia probably about 10 years ago.
10 years, right?
I always had a special place in my heart for Bills fans in some way because, amazingly enough, that when Dennis Byrd got hurt and the Jets played the Bills the next game in Buffalo, and I remember all the Bill fans were all wearing they had this giant the giant Dennis Byrd jersey that they put on a whole row of them and shit. It was really cool. So I was
going up there. That was actually pretty cool going up there playing them, and seeing how the fans actually reacted to that whole situation. I mean, we beat them, but they showed a lot of love to Dennis and the team when we actually came up there that following.
They're solid fans. One of my best buddies I just played golf with today. He was flying with me up in Harlem. He's from Buffalo. He's a huge Bills fan. Loves the Bills. So me and him I used to go up to Buffalo with him. I used to go up to Buffalo with my boy Mikey Laporta.
Fuck, I was at 2015 last game of the season in Buffalo, and that took a piece of my soul. That was responsible for at least 5 years off my life for sure. I won't make it to 100. I only make it to 95 now.
Would you guys rather 20 plus years without a home playoff game or 4 straight losing Super Bowls? Just curious.
Oh, definitely 4 straight losing Super
Bowls, man.
I don't know if I can handle that.
Might not be able to handle it.
Been there 4 times in a row and losing?
Bro, you won the AFC Championship games 4 years in a row. That's we would sign up for that right
but you're falling short every year. That's kind of.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, Kev. I know nothing about those sorrows, man. We'll cross that.
You're falling short in the biggest game of the year. You made it all the way to that point, rather than not even have a chance. You'd rather give yourself a chance.
Yeah, I mean, if you give me that scenario, I would agree with Rob. I mean, of course, you're gonna do that. But listen, we're going to Super Bowl. You tell me I'm going to lose in the Super Bowl. You tell me this year we're going to Super Bowl, we lose. I don't want to go to Super Bowl. I'm out.
Kev's
out on that.
Kev's asking ridiculous questions right now. Would you rather?
I'm not going.
Would you rather have a stomach ache from eating too much Peter Luger steak, or have a stomach ache from being starving? It's what are you talking about? You want to eat that steak. Get out of here. Crazy talk.
So last time
I did say Josh Allen sucks, and I'll say it again. He sucks. I'm sorry. I like Bills fans. Josh Allen sucks. The guy's a loser. He throws big picks and fumbles in the biggest spots. He has more turnovers in one-score games than any other quarterback in the NFL. He sucks. He's not a winner. He's a loser. So I'm sorry. He puts up stats. I think he sucks. Let him prove me wrong. We'll see. He's not as good as our quarterback. I'll tell you that. He ain't as good as our quarterback. You have the number 2 quarterback in the division now.
Last segment before we wrap up, Jay from the group chat. We got to figure out a name for this segment with all clickbait bullshit. The anonymous scout who said the Jets are going to suck just because they're the Jets. They're always going to suck. And then one more from yesterday. I saw Louis Riddick say, "Win a Super Bowl or shut up to the fans." I'm like, if we're not going to be excited now, when are we supposed to be excited? We're supposed to win first and then get fired up? How does that work?
I'm almost positive that scout was from the Giants. Almost positive.
Yeah, I bet it was. I thought that.
As soon as I saw that quote, I was like, man, that's a Giant scout.
I thought that myself. Louis Riddick, listen. Louis Riddick is, listen, I love Louis Riddick. He's solid. He knows his, that's just clicks, man. He's, right now, why not say that? Because that just gets more followers, more people, more. Mm-hmm. I listen, sometimes when these guys do that, I'm all right with it because I know why they're doing it. I know why they're doing it. Do I think Louis Riddick thinks that our team is real good? Yeah, I do. I think he knows we're good. But,
that's why he said it. That's why he said it. because he knows the team is good. The team actually has a quarterback now because, like he said in his comments, he said all last season all they talked about was that team didn't have a quarterback. Now you got a quarterback, so yes, you should. I mean, it should be at the point of if Aaron Rodgers actually plays the entire season, doesn't get hurt. Team should be there in the end, even with the schedule as tough as it is in the beginning of the season. But we talked about this already, man. With Aaron Rodgers being here, every show that pops up from now on, I'm pretty sure is going to lead off or early in the segments, they're going to be talking about the Jets.
And that's good.
And I mean,
good.
Let it happen. Starting with Hard Knocks, NFL Live, whatever you want to call it, NFL Prime Time. Every show is going to start off with something to Aaron Rodgers and the Jets.
Can I tell you why these guys do what they do and exactly what Ed just commented on? So Ed said that Louis Riddick says Jets, blah, 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 and then he gets all this engagement. I say Josh Allen sucks. The chat gets crazy. Like, that's what happens, right? So, like, you come up with a hot take that you know people are going to talk about, and then it floods the comments. And so right now everyone's like, oh, that's a terrible take. Oh, this one, Josh Allen's better than Aaron Rodgers. Josh Allen's better than this. That's what they create. Like, that's exactly what they create. There's a winning formula on social media nowadays is flame a fan base. All the other fan bases agree. Then that fan base and Jets have a crazy rabid fan base, and they're going to go. Louis Riddick says some shit about the Jets. Every Jet fan on Jets Twitter,
went crazy.
They're going to retweet and comment, and then he's going to get all his daily engagements, and that's the formula. That's what works nowadays. And so
you know what? That's why I said welcome all the haters, welcome them all the fan bases, welcome them all to the podcast. Let them listen.
The only thing I'll say is Louis Riddick is a brilliant mind. That man should be a GM for an NFL team. How he's not, that's a crime. That's a crime because he should be the head of an organization for a long time. So I'm okay with Louis Riddick because when he talks, this was all banter. I'm okay with that. I just enjoy Louis Riddick because he's so knowledgeable. He's a brilliant football mind. I can deal with him. I can deal with him because he just knows his shit. He knows his shit. All these other guys, you hear some of these guys, they just You're like, where are you from? What's your pedigree?
Rob, where was he? Didn't he get an interview? If I'm not mistaken, like last offseason?
He had one GM interview this year, and I think one last season. But he was.
I thought he was going to Detroit a couple years ago.
Yeah, so he had Detroit, but it was man, I can't remember where he was this year. He had an interview this year or this past offseason for a GM job, but he was groomed to be a GM. Lewis was a great scout. He's on the staff with Belichick, and he was groomed to be a GM. It's just shocking that he's not at this point.
Steelers interviewed him last year.
It's a crime.
Yes, and I think he was with and
the Jaguars. I think also might have interviewed him.
What do you got? You got to let him.
He's making all kinds of noise down there. So I'm like, I'm trying to throw the cat out here. Calm down. I want to make a little appearance. All right, so here's the deal this year. Jets are going 6-0 in the division. Josh Allen sucks. We're going to go about 15-2, roll through the playoffs. No worries. Comments? It was fun playing with you guys this week. We had a good time on this show. We're about an hour and 8 minutes in, which is definitely our longest show. I can't wait till we have actual games to talk about. Can't wait to kick the shit out of the Bills week 1. And that's about it. That's all I got today.
Bills Mafia. You're going to see Bills Mafia. You're going to see a lot of this come September 11th. Get ready, brother, because the Jets are back and better than ever. Let's go. Let's go.
We'll hear that a lot.
All day, baby. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. We appreciate it. I'll be at training camp Saturday, Sunday. So if you guys are there, definitely stop by, say hello. Talk to you guys again next week.
See you next week. Jets.